Good morning, guys. Today I'm going to be building a few more raised beds, and I thought I'd bring you along and show you the process and give you kind of a step-by-step instruction.
So the first thing that you'll need is something called a landscape timber. They are 8 feet long by about 3 inches wide. And we're going to take these and cut these to form the corners of the bed. Here you're going to see Nate cutting this piece lengthwise, and that's going to give us enough pieces for the corners of the bed as well as for some braces for the inside of the bed. So this side of the landscape timber is being cut into 16.5-inch lengths. You'll need 4 of these, and you'll see that you're going to end up with a bit extra at the end. The other side of the landscape timber is going to be cut at 24-inch lengths, and that's going to give you exactly 4 pieces.
Okay guys, so I have all my materials here that I need for my raised bed. What you're going to need are 6 8-foot fence pickets. You will need 6 fence pickets cut to a length of 4 feet. And then that landscape timber that I showed you earlier that we cut lengthwise, one side of that will be cut into 16.5-inch lengths, and the other side of that is going to be cut into 25-inch lengths, and then at the end we went ahead and put a point on these, and I'll explain why these have this on them later. Now, to assemble your bed, you're going to need a drill, and you're also going to need some screws. It's very important that you get an exterior screw. We use exterior wood deck screws. These are 2.5 inches in length. They have a head on them that is shaped like a star. And when you buy these at the hardware store, they will come with a bit to fit your drill that will work with these screws. These are really nice because that star head makes it less likely that the screw will strip when you're working with it. So now let's get to assembling these beds.
So the first thing I'm doing here is just laying out those 16.5-inch landscape timbers for the corners of the bed. Then I'm going to take an 8-foot piece and set it on top of those. Now the end that is closest to you, I am going to line up evenly with the edge of that corner post. You'll see that my fence pickets are nice and lined up with that corner. Now I'm just going to screw these in using 2 screws per fence picket. And I'm going to repeat that same process on this other side here. I'm lining the boards up with that corner post, and then I'm just going to go ahead and screw them in. Okay, and we're going to repeat that same process for the other side. I'm using my table saw here to prop up one side of the bed, and then I'm using a fence picket just to provide a level surface for me to work on. If you have 2 people, this is going to be a bit easier. Now I'm going to take the 4-foot lengths of fence pickets, and I'm just going to hold that against the edge and attach that to my corner post. Here I'm going to attach the other side in the same way. Once you get that first board on, the rest are pretty simple to do. I'm going to move to the other side here in just a minute and attach those boards as well.
Now, once you've taken your bed and placed it where you want it to be, before you fill it with soil, you're going to want to take those other landscape timbers that you cut with the point on the end.
So before the bed is filled, you'll want to take these landscape timbers and you're going to want to pound them down into the ground. Make sure that they're level, they're nice, straight up and down. Once those are all pounded into the ground, you can come back through with some more wood screws and you will simply screw through this side of the board into that landscape timber that has been pounded down into the ground. That is going to prevent the sides of this bed from bowing out when you fill it with soil. The 8-foot length of these boards on the side are just too long and they don't have enough support without these stakes pounded down into the ground. So don't skip that step. So there you have it. I have built 2 4x8 garden beds relatively quickly, very inexpensively. If you guys are considering starting a garden this year and want to do some raised beds, I really hope that this gives you some idea of how you can build them. It's a great time to start learning how to grow your own food. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.